Hi, friends. Welcome to Yoga with Bara. Today, we're talking about the lumbar spine. This is the part of the spine connected to the lower part of our rib cage and our pelvis. I'm going to show you 4 progressive ways to build strength and endurance in the muscles that surround our lumbar spine, which is our core. So many of my students tell me that they are struggling with lower back pain or with balance issues. So this is 4 ways to prevent lower back pain and to help with balance. Begin with coming onto your back. You may want a blanket or a towel for the back of your head. To tune into these core muscles, I want you to get a sense of the space in between your lower back and the mat. So this is our lumbar part of our spine here, this curve. And if you slide your hand underneath, you may have a pretty big curve, you may have very little curve. Just want you to slide your hand there underneath this part of the spine so you can really tune into this part of the body. And then you're going to think about drawing your belly button in. You can even place your hand on the navel area. So think about drawing that belly in towards your hand, towards the mat, and then think about drawing it up, that belly as you've drawn it down, and then drawing it up towards your ribs. You should maybe feel a gentle pull on these muscles here. You also can find engagement in the core by doing a little cough. So if you do you should feel a little bit of muscle engagement here. So do that again. See if you can feel the engagement of this part of the navel area. So once you're here, once you've drawn that belly in and up, you can release your hand and then make sure there's no space. See if you can feel the lower part of that spine connected to the earth, to the mat. And we're going to be keeping this nice and steady for these 4 progressively challenging moves here to build endurance and strength here. We'll start with the arms alongside the hips. This part of our core is nice and steady. You're going to lift your right knee up just a little bit and then take that foot down. I'm going to go back and forth. And notice, is your lower back lifting as you're moving your knees? If that's the case, just tune in again, draw that belly in and then up a little bit. And then keep on moving those knees up and down. The bigger challenge is as that foot starts to drop down, you should really feel the challenge of the core turning on, back and forth. So you can do this 5 times to start, 10 times, 15 times, whatever feels interesting to you. And once you've gone through a range, maybe 5, 10, 15 of these, go ahead and stop and just allow those knees to swing back and forth. It's a nice way to release your lower back. You might notice the arch starting to come up off the mat. Come to stillness again. Make sure you've drawn that belly in and up, so you're reducing that space one more time. The next challenge here is you're going to lift both feet up. You're upside down in a chair. You might right away feel some engagement in the core. Again, you're trying to keep this nice and steady. As you take your left hand to the top of your left knee, take your right hand out to the side, and now you're going to start to dip the right toes down towards the mat. Maybe they don't reach the mat, that's fine. Maybe they come all the way down. Again, keeping this core nice and steady. So again, you can do this 5, 10, 15 times, whatever feels right to you. And then we take this to the other side. So the right hand is on the top of the right knee. The left hand is out to the side. Go ahead and dip those toes down. Maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 15. Whatever feels right to you. Once you have done the number of taps that feel right to you, release those feet all the way down. Go ahead and release the effort so you can let that arch be for a moment and allow those knees to swing back and forth. You can stop here, or if you want to go to the next challenge, again, lifting those knees up, drawing that belly in and up. This time the hands are out to the side as you tap one foot and then the other. Again, 5, 10 times, whatever feels right to you. Once you've done the amount that feels right to you, again, release those feet down. You can release the effort in your core, allow those knees to swing back and forth. You can stop here, or if you want to continue the challenge, this last one, again, we're starting here, the starting part with the knees up, like upside down in the chair. Draw your belly in and up. Arms to the side now, and you start to extend the legs. out. So maybe your leg even straightens out. And as best you can, you're trying to keep this steady. Again, you can do this 5, 10, 15 times, whatever challenge you want in this moment. And then go ahead, release those feet all the way down. Allow those knees to swing back and forth to release that lower back, releasing that effort. Maybe come into Shavasana where you extend your legs out and your arms open, closing your eyes, and noticing the effect on this core area of the body. If you're interested in more of these kinds of exercises, please join me for my Yoga with Bara classes on Tuesdays at noon and Saturday mornings at 9:30. You can find out more information on my website, yogawithbara.com. Thanks so much for watching. Wishing you strength and balance.